Agatha all along was brilliant. Possibly our best project since WandaVision. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far because I mean we've had some good stuff like Loki, but this is the one that felt the most like WandaVision because of course it is from the same creative team that brought us WandaVision. It's a spin-off from that show. Um, but it was just such a surprise because this is the one that when it was announced, it was one of those things where everybody was like, who asked for this? We don't want an Agatha show. But I'm so glad we got this because it was so good. Oh, wow. Like, really, I mean, obviously, I did a review when the series premiered, the first two episodes came out, and, like, I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it. Um, but pretty much after that, starting with episode 3, I fell in love with the show. Every single episode, every week I look forward to. It was just so much fun. Like, the level of camp mixed with the mystery and again the WandaVision of it all. The mystery where we have these theories and characters that we think are going to get certain reveals and then just the build up to that and looking for the various different clues and then when you finally get it it's so rewarding. I mean they even shouted out Mephisto in this show. We didn't obviously see him but like they said the name. That was a pretty big deal. So yeah, Agatha all along was just so great, so much fun. Such a great cast of characters that we had here. That was another thing, especially after that premiere, and we got episode 2 when we were introduced to this coven. I was very concerned, like, oh, these are just gonna, like, I'm not gonna care about these other witches, but I did. I really, really did. And also, spoilers, by the way, at this point now, if you haven't seen the whole show yet, the whole series, or season 1 at least, as it's marked on Disney Plus, is now streaming on Disney Plus. So, go watch it, go check it out. But, yeah, like, the ones that died, I felt it. Obviously Mrs. Hart, Sharon Davis. I mean, I just love Deborah Jo Rupp, so that was an element of it. Alice was sad, but man, Patti LuPone is Lilia. Last episode, episode 7, I think probably is still my favorite of the show. Fantastic, such a good episode. And then obviously, there's Joe Locke and there's Catherine Hahn as Agatha and Billy, and we'll get to them and Aubrey Plaza as well. But of course we have Jennifer Kale is like besides our main characters, the one like surviving member of the Coven. Which I mean I liked her, but she was definitely my least favorite of the group. But I mean, hey, she gets to get her happily ever after, so I guess that's cool. But yeah, so we talked about it for the longest time. I mean, since he was first cast, we knew Joe Locke teen was Billy. But our origin episode in episode 6, seeing how Billy gets into the body of Billy Kaplan and that whole storyline I really enjoyed, and then obviously building up to him getting the actual suit in our penultimate episode of the season. It looks great, super comics accurate. I love it. Joe Locke's great in this role. He's a fantastic actor. It was fun. He was great. I can't wait to see him in hopefully some Young Avengers stuff, and we'll talk about that more in a bit. Yeah, just like the whole "you're just like your mother" thing, and I loved it. I love all the moments with Billy, and him fully becoming Wiccan. I love the crown that is just like Wanda's, but obviously blue. That was great. And another reveal that was leaked due to Funko Pops is that Aubrey Plaza's character is revealed to be Death, which obviously is a really, really big deal. And Scoopers even said that like Aubrey Plaza's character is going to go on to be a big presence in the MCU. She's a big character in the comics. Obviously love interest of Thanos, also love interest of Deadpool as well. Yeah, in the MCU, love interest of Agatha Harkness. Aubrey Plaza's great. She was fantastic in this. I like the design of Death, and obviously again you had that kind of will they won't they with Agatha. And then they finally kiss. And I mean, yeah, if I was Agatha, I would have kissed her too. Even if I wasn't, I'd kiss her. It's Aubrey Plaza. But that is how Agatha dies, which is something I was not expecting. Especially when it happens, and then we had a whole nother episode left. And I was like, okay, we got a whole nother episode. There's no way she's actually dead. No, she dead. She real dead. But they brought her back in such a clever way. And that was one of the weirdest parts of this experience for me, is because obviously they released the final two episodes tonight, a 2-part finale. And after episode 8, I was really confused because I was like, this feels like the finale. What more story is there to tell? Agatha just died. Death is gone. Jennifer, we're assuming, survived and is out there somewhere, and Billy is back at home. Then we start off with the flashbacks, which, when the finale started with this, I liked the concept of it, and I was like, okay, I really enjoy seeing this story explored, but it just felt weird and out of place because this is the finale. It feels like the story's over. If it was early in the season, maybe it'd make more sense, but as the episode went on, it fit in so perfectly and really just shows you, the writing on this show is so good. You can tell the whole thing was just woven together so well. There was something very obvious in episode 7 with Lilia and her lines throughout the episode leading up to when she would actually say them. That was brilliant. And here with her son Nicholas Scratch and that whole relationship there, his death, and then obviously leading to Agatha creating the Witch's Road. And this big reveal that the Witch's Road was never real. She created the ballad that was really just a ploy to kill a bunch of witches and steal their powers, which I loved because, most of the show she's been kind of a softer than how we saw her in WandaVision. So in this finale, we really got to see more of her dark side, which I absolutely loved. Agatha Harkness is a villain. Or I guess at the end more of an anti-hero, I guess, but she's just killing these witches just to steal their power. She's a bad lady. And then that brings us back to present day. Like I said, she's dead, but now she's a ghost, which is a thing from the comics, so that was great, makes her more comics accurate. I love her new look, fantastic. And yeah, this was not how I was expecting this to go, but I love that they ended up going this route. And also just, Witch Agatha is just so much fun. She was so funny, so much fun. Her banter with Billy, as always, is great, but seems even better now that she's dead. So that's just absolutely fantastic. And then we have this scene here at the end where Billy is closing the Witch's Road permanently, and he, engraved the dead witches. So that was great, to honor them and everything. Gone but not forgotten. And we end the show with a major cliffhanger of, as one door closes, another door opens, and another door opens, and now Billy and Agatha are gonna go find Tommy, and I could not be more hyped. My only question is, when and where is this going to happen? Are we getting an Agatha All Along season 2? Because we've heard nothing about that. And, obviously, if it does happen, it probably wouldn't be happening anytime soon. So is this story going to continue somewhere else? Going into this, I just assumed the next time we saw Billy would be Young Avengers, which obviously we know we're building to that, but we do need to get Tommy back. And we know that Vision Quest is coming as well, which is the second WandaVision spinoff. But I don't really see how Tommy will fit into that. And now, especially more particularly, Billy and Agatha fitting into that. So I don't really know where this story is going to be told. Are we going to get a season 2? I mean, with how much everybody is loving this show, I would not at all be surprised. But again, I do also feel like that will be a long ways away, unfortunately. Could it potentially be a special presentation on Disney Plus? Because I believe I did see some scoopers possibly talking about that not too long ago about there being a Witches Road special presentation, and I was really confused about that, especially before watching this finale, because I was like, why would we do a Witches Road special presentation when basically the whole Agatha show was the Witches Road? Which is another thing I forgot to mention. It's also revealed that obviously, so Agatha created the story of the Witches Road. So the Witches Road we've been traveling this whole show was created by Billy and his powers, which is also insane. You know, WandaVision, she created Westview, she created the Hex. Here, Billy created the Witches Road. And so I'm really interested to see, is it going to be a special presentation? Is it going to be Agatha Season 2? Have they cast Tommy yet? You know, if you have any fan cast for that character, let me know in the comments below. You know, if they haven't cast him yet, I'm an actor. I'll play Tommy. You know, get me in contact with Marvel Studios, guys. I want to be Tommy. That'd be great, but probably not. But I'd do it. I'd so do it. You know, to be able to say that Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen are my parents, hell yeah. Oh yeah. Joe Locke, I would be a great brother to him. I think that'd be great. Also to have super speed. I love Quicksilver. That'd be great. But anyway, yeah, so something's set up here. They're going to go find Tommy. When and where is it going to happen? I don't know yet, but I'm very, very excited to find out. And again, Agatha all along was just a lot of fun. I love the music that we had throughout. I love the banter and the relationships between our characters, the various trials of the Witches Road. Yeah, it was just a really fun show. This is honestly probably the most consistent MCU Disney Plus project that we've had, because I mean, WandaVision I think is still my favorite, which is also partially due to nostalgia, which is crazy because it was only a couple years ago, but I have nostalgia for it. But even that, the finale, most people agree isn't the best. It feels rushed and just completely changes the tone of the show. This, I think, is the most consistent thing we've had from Disney Plus when it comes to the MCU, which is really crazy because nobody was really excited for this. Nobody wanted this show, but it turned out to be really awesome. So I'm really happy with how things turned out, and I can't wait to see Ghost Agatha and Billy return in the future. Yeah. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about Agatha all along, the story of this season, the characters we're introduced to, and where do you think we're going next? Are we getting a season 2? Are we getting a special presentation? Or will this be wedged in somewhere else, like a Young Avengers movie or Vision Quest or a third spin-off show? Who knows? Maybe instead of Vision Quest, we'll get Tommy Quest. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.